And welcome inside Viejas Arena, everybody, on the campus of San Diego State University, where there is definite buzz in the air. That is because the third-ranked Stanford Cardinal are in town this morning for a non-conference matchup with the Aztecs. I'm Chris Ella, welcoming you to our broadcast today from San Diego. The Aztecs being introduced right now. A senior-laden starting lineup. Two sixth-year seniors, Sarah Barcelo and Abby Prohaska. Two fifth-year seniors, Jada Lewis and Adriana Quezada. And a fourth-year senior, Kim Villalobos, one of the most experienced rosters in the nation. But the Aztecs, who are 4-3, will certainly have their hands full today with this great Stanford Cardinal team coached by the legendary Tara Vanderveer. In her 38th season, she brings in another phenomenal Stanford team, one that is not only 7-0, but has averaged 98 points in 2 games against ranked opponents already this season. 2 All-Americans on the Stanford squad, led by the center, number 22, Cameron Brink, and forward Kiki Iriafen. Both are 6'4", 4 inches taller than anybody the Aztecs have on their roster. Hannah Jump, Elena Busgana, and Talana Lepolo round out the Stanford starting 5. Tiffany Bird will toss the ball in the air. Lisa Jones and Nicole Murray work alongside her. And away we go. Brink jumping against Kim Villalobos, who got up there pretty good against Brink, but nevertheless Stanford controls the opening tap and comes at the Aztecs man-to-man defense with Hannah Jump giving the ball to Iriafen in the high post. Outside, Lepolo fires up a 3 that's short. The rebound is to Busgana, and she lays it in with the right hand. Stanford has the first 2 points of the game. These teams played last year in the season opener at Palo Alto. Stanford won going away 86-48, although the Aztecs did play without a couple of starters in that game. Kim Villalobos has the ball against the much taller Iriafen, shoots over her, no good, rebound to Brink, and head comes Lepolo into the front court for Stanford. Gives the ball to Hannah Jump, one of the best shooters in the nation. Now Busgana drives in off a screen from Brink, and 2 easy lay-ins for Elena Busgana, 6'2", out of Athens, Greece. And Stanford, just like that, goes ahead 4-0. Cardinal plays a man-to-man defense. Jada Lewis, the Aztecs' best outside shooting threat, gives the ball to Sarah Barcelo. Baseline to Villalobos, in deep, runs into trouble there, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Stanford. Megan Fizo checks into the game quickly for San Diego State. Fizo, a 5'10" senior from Seattle, Washington. Aztecs got to get the ball in. They do to Villalobos. The Aztecs have 4 of their 5 starters averaging better than 10 points a game. Abby Prohaska with the offhand. A little too strong, off the rim. Lepolo races back for Stanford. In deep, banks it up, no, but a foul. And the foul is on Adriana Quezada. So Lepolo will go to the free throw line. She's out of Alameda, California, a 5'7" sophomore. She only averages 3 points a game, but 3 assists. She's got so much talent around her. Tara Vanderveer wants her distributing the basketball, which she does very well. Stanford has been to 15 Final Fours and 3 times a national champion. The last couple of years ago in 2021, they played in this building in 2009 in the second round of the NCAA tournament against the Aztecs. Stanford won that matchup 77-49. Megan Fizo steps in, kicks it out to Quezada, shoots a rare 3, that's no good, and Iriafen all over the glass. Lepolo quickly ahead to Busgana. Back outside to Talana Lepolo. They let her shoot the 3. No good, but there is Iriafen for the offensive rebound. Iriafen and Brink both average double-doubles. Stanford is the only team that has 2 players that both average a double-double. And quickly, it's 8-0 in favor of Stanford, barely 2 minutes gone by. Adriana Quezada, good post player, but she hasn't faced anything like Cameron Brink. She shoots over top of Brink, no good. Lopolo gets it ahead. Buzgana fires a quick three. Rebound to Sarah Barcelo. Ahead to Prohaska. 1-on-3, she'll attack, and Lopolo is there to tie it up and knock it out of bounds. Aztecs have missed their first 4 shots. Stanford, 3 of 6, but has missed 3 threes here in the early going. 8-0 Cardinal. They already have 6 rebounds to 1 for the Aztecs. Kylie Pepe off the Aztec bench comes up short on a jump shot. Lopolo hits back the other way and gives to Buzgana. Hannah Jump. Shot 44% from the arc a year ago and made over 100 threes. Tied up in the corner here by Barcelo. Gets rid of it to Brink. She fires a 3 and hits that. Cameron Brink, 19 points, 12 rebounds per game. 2 times an All-American, and the other year a national champion with Stanford. 11-0 the Cardinal. The Aztecs have to hit some shots. Here's Sarah Barcelo behind a screen. Gives the ball across, trying to get it to Fizo, knocked away into the backcourt by Buzgana. Stanford is so good, so talented, but one of the reasons that Tara Vanderveer has amassed 1,193 career victories is that her teams do not take anything for granted. They don't take any team lightly. They come in and play at the peak of their ability every time you see them. And the Aztecs' hope that Stanford might overlook them pretty much has already gone out the window. Is Stanford running out to an 11-0 start. Only 3 seconds for the Aztecs to shoot. They got to know the clock. Quezada going to run out of time. Gets a fall-away shot away. Rebounded by Brink. It is a shot clock violation. So San Diego State, 0 for 7 shooting at the start. And a lot of that is because you're facing athletes and size that you're just not used to facing. There's no way to duplicate any of this in practice. Hannah Jump rims out on a 3-pointer, but Brink has the offensive glass. Lopolo drives in, and let's see, they're going to call a blocking foul on Abby Prohaska. No, they're not. Offensive foul. Lopolo on the other side, it was called by Nicole Murray. Prohaska does a great job of getting there and taking the charge. So a foul on Talana Lopolo. Gives the ball back to the Aztecs. 4 minutes gone by in the first quarter. 11-0 for Stanford. Prohaska brings it into the front court. Prohaska pressed into duty as the Aztecs' point guard this year because of injury and defection. Prohaska dribbling underneath, but finds Brink waiting for her. Now Villalobos against Iriafen, got bumped in a foul against Kiki Iriafen, 6'3", a junior from Los Angeles. First off the Stanford bench, Brooke Dimitri, 6'3", a junior from Foothill Ranch, California. Stanford has so much size. The Aztecs have very little of it. Villalobos is as tall as the Aztecs have. She can't shoot over Brink. Quezada trying to get the ball to Barcelo in the corner. That's knocked away. 11 seconds for the Aztecs to shoot. Barcelo comes into Abby Prohaska behind a pick, shoots a jump shot off the heel, no good. Rebound to Buzgana. Buzgana in the front court, gives the ball off here to Janiyah Harriel, number 32's come in for the Cardinal. Dimitri on a weave out front. Hannah Jump winds up with it into the lane, tied up by Villalobos, and that'll turn it back over to San Diego State. So the Aztecs able to force a turnover. They got to just relax, take their time, try and pretend it's any other opponent, but it's pretty hard to do. Stanford not only so good, but their reputation precedes them. And this has been, along with UConn maybe Tennessee, top women's basketball program in this country for the last 2 decades. Ball bounced inside, stolen by Harriel. She comes into the front court out of Sacramento, stops, fires a three-pointer. That's off the mark. Brink tried to track it down, but unable to save it. We get to the first media timeout. The Aztecs are looking for their first points of the afternoon. Fortunately for the Aztecs, Stanford has missed 5 of its first 6 3-point shots. 11-0, the Cardinal out in front of the Aztecs, just underway from San Diego. Glad you're with us this morning on the Mountain West Network. Chrisella with you back at Viejas Arena on the campus of San Diego State. Hope everybody's having a great holiday season out there. The Aztecs up against it today against third-ranked and undefeated Stanford. 11-0 the Cardinal. The problem, one of the many problems the Aztecs are going to have in this game, is that their best offense, the Aztecs, is their post players, Villalobos and Quezada, but how are they going to get offense against this gigantic Stanford front line? The only way is for the Aztecs to go outside where they're not a great outside shooting team. Quezada missing from the baseline. San Diego State has now missed its first 9 field goal attempts. Vizgana lobs into Brink. She's way taller than anybody, and she banks it in. 13-0 at Stanford. The Aztecs only shoot 30% from the three-point arc. And Quezada and Villalobos both trying to get some shots on the perimeter right now, but that's not their games. Jada Lewis outside to Quezada. Quezada is great scoring around the basket, as she proves right there. She sliced in and got free from Brink to get the Aztecs' first 2 points of the game. 13-2. Brink comes right back at the other end. No guarding that. Hannah Jump with a nice pass inside to the All-American. 15-2 Stanford. And the ball is handled by Quezada. Straight away to Villalobos. Kim going to try to go work on Dimitra. Step all away jumper. Came up short. Rebound to Brink. Ahead to Harriel. Into the front court she comes. Janiyah Harriel. They let her open for 3. Rebound hit by Brink, out of bounds, will go to the Aztecs. The Aztecs are electing to let the Stanford guards, other than Hannah Jump, shoot the three-pointer. You have to pick your poison. And so far, that part of the strategy is working. Stanford has missed 7 of its 8 three-point shots so far. The only one to make one was Brink. So 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Freshman Alyssa Jackson into the game for San Diego State wearing number 3. Gives the ball to Megan Fizo, spins inside, lost it. On the floor, Harriel comes up with it. And Vizgana gives the ball to Dimitri. Brooke Dimitri. They lob into the post. Brink is there. Flips outside to Jump on wide open 3. I don't even think that one hit the side of the net. I mean, that hit nothing but the bottom of the net. A pure jump shot from Hannah Jump. 18-2 for Stanford. Prohaska on a drive, reverses on Brink and scores. Nice play by Prohaska using the rim to protect her shot. Harriel gets called for a double dribble violation. So Stanford turns it over. Their third turnover here in the first quarter. The Aztecs also have 3. And Abby Prohaska, who started her career at Notre Dame, brings the ball into Kylie Pepe out of Long Beach. Pepe bounce inside. Villalobos rushed that shot. Felt she had pressure coming. She really didn't have any pressure. She could have laid it up. Dimitri for the three-pointer. No good. Rebound to Barcelo. Good box out by Pepe against Brink to allow Barcelo to come up with that ball. Prohaska heads back. Cross court to Pepe. Switches to Barcelo. 4-3 in and out. Sarah Barcelo shot over 40% from the arc last year in Mountain West Conference play. Janiyah Harriel straight away to Hannah Jump. Jump gives the ball back to Harriel. takes another three, and again, they're missing on those, so the Aztecs sagging off of them is at least paying off in the first quarter. Kim Villalobos working against Dimitra in deep, banks it up and in. This time Kim was a lot more confident. She went right at Dimitri, gets her first bucket. 18-6, a minute left in the first quarter. Here's Buzgana out of Athens, Greece. Giving the ball to Harriel. Again, they'll back off her. In the post to Brink. Brink has it back. Switches out to Harriel. Pump fake. Feed Buzgana. The left-hander puts up a three. That won't go. Rebound is off the jump. Another offensive board for the Cardinal. Jump straight away to Buzgana. High post to Brink. Turns and shoots. Prohaska has the rebound for San Diego State. Final 30 seconds of the first quarter. Aztecs have settled down a little bit here after trailing 11-0 to begin it. Barcelo around a pick. Drives down the lane. Kicks it off to Alyssa Jackson. Back it goes in the corner. Prohaska's jumper is good. Abby Prohaska, left-handed shot. 18-8, 9 seconds to play. Jump with 5 seconds. Buzgana with 3. Puts it on the floor, floats it up, no good. Aztecs finished the quarter pretty well. They actually outscored them 8-7 after Stanford had the first 11 points of the game. So, first quarter's in the books. Third-ranked Stanford has an 18-8 lead over San Diego State. Back with quarter number 2 in just a moment from San Diego on the Mountain West Network. Back at San Diego, getting ready for the start of the second quarter. The Aztecs actually finished the first quarter in a 6-0 run. And so it is 18-8 in favor of Stanford. As we start the second quarter, Nunu Agara, freshman from Minnetonka, Minnesota, is checked in for Stanford, wearing number 3. Kiki Iriofen's back in the game as well. Hannah jumps straight away to Buzgana, drives into the lane. Kicks out to Lapolo. Her 3 won't go. Weak side rebound. Agara banks it up. No good. Rebound Iriofen. No. Another foul. Izada battling as hard as she can in there at 5'10". But Kiki Iriofen is 6'3", and every bit of that. Iriofen leads Stanford in scoring. 19.7 per game. And 10.5 rebounds for Iriofen. She scored 16 last year when Stanford beat the Aztecs in Palo Alto. She's an 80% free throw shooter, but she missed on the first one. Second one by Iriofen, no good. And the rebound is off to Barcelo. Barcelo had career-high 7 rebounds here on Tuesday night in the Aztecs' overtime loss to UC San Diego. Alyssa Jackson, point guard, a freshman, gives to Jada Lewis. 3-pointer, won't go. Rebound is off to Iriofen. Lapolo comes back into the front court, feeds it to Courtney Ogden, a freshman who's into the game for the first time. Here's another freshman, Agara. Straight away to Hannah, jump. Out of the corner, Lapolo, back to jump. Minute gone by in the second quarter. Lapolo for 3. Again, no good. The Aztecs are leaving their guards wide open, and Stanford's guards are not making them pay. Cardinal 2 for 12 from the arc here to start this game. Villalobos against Agara flips it over, no good. And the rebound is off to Nunu Agara. Lapolo down the middle. Lost it for a second. Brings it back outside to Hannah. Jump. Steps in with a 2-pointer. That won't go. Look how big and strong Iriofen is. She goes and gets that rebound and lays it in. Kiki Iriofen, just bigger and stronger than the Aztecs' interior players. 20-8 in favor of Stanford. Jada Lewis brings it into the front court. Lewis behind a pick, shoots a deep 3. She's got that kind of range, but hits the heel of the rim. Rebounded by Agara. Ball comes into Iriofen. She just bowls right over Quezada. That's an offensive foul, and Quezada took quite a shot. Second foul on Kiki Iriafen. That's the good news. She has to go out. The bad news is two-time All-American Cameron Brink replaces her. Some of the accomplishments of Stanford are so extraordinary. I mean, 15 Final Fours, 3 national championships, but Tara Vanderveer, 17 times the Pac-12 Coach of the Year, 5 times the National Coach of the Year, and 1,193 career wins. The Hall of Famer, she's only 10 wins away from passing Mike Krzyzewski for the most wins by any college basketball coach. Lopolo is going to make one of these, but not yet. Rebound, Barcelo got hit by Brink and a foul on Brink. Barcelo going strong to the glass. She's already got 5 rebounds in this game after the career-high 7 the other night. So the Aztecs hanging in there a little bit after they trailed 11-0 at the outset. Quezada gives the ball to Barcelo in the post to Villalobos. She's got to try to score in there against Agara, and she can and does. You don't really have too many mismatches if you're the Aztecs out there on the floor, but when you get something that's an even-up contest, you got to take it. If you're guarded by Brink, you probably can't make that move. But against Agara, who's only a couple of inches taller, Villalobos able to get that one to go. Cut the lead to 20-10. Now the third highly recruited Stanford freshman, Chloe Clardy, comes into the game. 5'9" out of Conway, Arkansas. She's got the ball. Clardy on a strong drive. Brings it back outside to jump. Deep 3. Comes up short. They continue to misfire, giving the Aztecs a little life here. Prohaska's pull-up jumper is good. Prohaska's hit 3 jumpers. And the Aztecs have climbed within 8 here, 20-12. Ogden out on the floor, goes in the corner to Clardy. As soon as they get in trouble, they go to Brink, and she banks it in easily with a foul. Foul is on Kim Villalobos. Cameron Brink already has 9 points in the ball game, 4 of 5 shooting, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. On her bio on the Stanford website, they list all of Cameron Brink's achievements. Suffice to say, it takes about 2 or 3 pages to list all of them. Defensive Player of the Year, All-American, Pac-12 Player of the Year, Conference Tournament Player. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Brink's got 10. She completes the 3-point play. Stanford by 11. Villalobos. Boy, she got that one over Brink. Nice hesitation and got Brink off her feet. Pass inside, out of the reach of Brink, and a Stanford turnover. No, they're going to say it was deflected. Well, I didn't see that ball deflected, but they changed the call, give it back to Stanford. Jump comes into Brink. Straight away it goes to Ogden. Now Clardy. Stanford has 2 of its 3 freshmen on the floor. Clardy's jumper, no good. Rebound off. Ogden's got it. Tipped away. Pulls it free. And then it's loose on the floor. Barcelo couldn't quite save it. Well, there's 2 things that would give the Aztecs some hope in this game. One is that they themselves make some 3-pointers. And the Aztecs haven't made one yet. But the other thing is that Stanford is not making theirs. And right now, Stanford is not. They're 2 of 15 from the arc. Boy, another strong move by Brink. Not much Villalobos could do other than foul her. Cameron Brink. She's not just tall. She is skilled. And she'll go to the free throw line. Looking for a second consecutive 3-point play, which she has. Along with all of her other achievements, Brink earlier this year completed a run of 73 consecutive free throws. the second longest streak in NCAA women's history. She finally missed one a couple of games ago against Belmont College. Here's a mock shot by Dimitri. Clardy with great speed races down, missed the shot, but Brink follows it up. And Villalobos has her third foul, unfortunately for the Aztecs. They need to have Villalobos and Quezada on the floor, but it's pretty hard to stay on the floor when you're trying to defend and play against somebody as good as Cameron Brink. Even with that miss against Belmont, Brink on the season free throwing is 49 of 51. About as automatic as it gets. 3 for 3 in this game. Brink is out of Beaverton, Oregon. She's already got 14 points, make it 15 in this game. And Brink scores 8 straight points. And just like that, it's 28-14. Here's Barcelo giving the ball on a weave to Alyssa Jackson. Now Prohaska behind the pick. Prohaska gives the ball to Barcelo. Straight away to Prohaska. Inside for Kylie Pepe. Surrounded in there. Pepe, undersized, gets tied up by Brink. Alternating possession arrow belongs to the Aztecs. I'll say one thing about Kylie Pepe. She's not going to be scared of anybody under the basket. She'll go right at them. The problem is they're just too tall for her. Pepe's only 5'11". Prohaska has to get it in. Comes into Jada Lewis. Shoots over the outstretched arm of Brink. Won't go. Rebound is off to Dimitri. Ahead comes Hannah Jump inside to Brink. Shoots right over Pepe. No good. Rebound to Prohaska. Fouled by Dimitri. Third team foul on Stanford. The Aztecs are out of fouls. We are into a timeout. 4:49 to go in the second quarter. Stanford 28, San Diego State 14 on the Mountain West Network. Back in San Diego, a Friday morning, and a lot of fans at this ball game to see number 3 Stanford. Taking on the Aztecs, they're getting a good look at the All-American Cameron Brink. She's got 15 points already on 5 of 7 shooting. 5 rebounds for Brink. But the Aztecs are staying in the game because Stanford's cold shooting. Cardinal overall just 33% and 2 for 15 on threes. The Aztecs, for their part, love to make a couple of threes, but they're 0 for 5 from the arc. Barcelo had a look at one for a moment, then Brink ran out. Pepe drives in, tries to step underneath. Brink's seen that move before. She averages 4 block shots a game and easily rejects that one. Now she's open at the other end. 17 points for Cameron Brink. That move that Kylie Pepe put on gets her a basket about 90% of the time. But it didn't work against Cameron Brink. Here's Jada Lewis behind a pick. Lewis steps back, shoots another 3. High arcer, no good. Rebound to Hannah Jump. Lewis trying to get that free ball to go. Here's Jump trying to get one in, and she does. That's her second 3, and the third of the game for Stanford. Aztecs need a quick timeout as they have fallen behind now by 19 with 3:55 to go in the second quarter. 33-14. Talk about Stanford's cold shooting. The Aztecs only 26% and 0 for 6 on threes. What happens against Stanford, against all the good teams, and we've been lucky to see the Aztecs play UConn and play South Carolina and play Stanford and play some of these great programs. What happens against these teams is that when you get a little opening on offense, you feel like you're not going to have that opening for long, and you rush your shot. And you can tell Jada Lewis, among others, is getting some decent looks, but just rushing that shot, trying to beat the defense. She needs to just settle in and trust her own abilities. but it's hard to do because you're not used to playing teams as good as this. Alyssa Jackson, high post to Kylie Pepe. Pepe gives it off to Prohaska. Prohaska behind a pick. Switches the ball to the corner. Almost intercepted. Nice try by Chloe Clardy. Courtney Ogden, Nunu Agara, Chloe Clardy. That is the 3-player freshman class for Tara Vanderveer this year. And all 3 were top 40 recruits in the nation. Those are the kind of players that Stanford is able to get. Prohaska on a reverse. Brink blocks another shot. Her arms are just longer than you think they're going to be when you're out on the floor. You think you've got some room to get the shot off, but you don't. Lewis, quick trigger, much too quick. Rebounded by Hannah Jump. Again, Lewis open for only an instant. Jump doesn't need much to get that 3 to go. That's her 3rd now. Jump made over 100 threes last year and shot 44%. To say she's one of the best in the nation is accurate. 36-14. Kylie Pepe decides, well, I'm not going to have much success inside against Cameron Brink, so I'll step outside. She gets the Aztecs' first 3-pointer of the day. 36-17. Ogden steps in for a free throw line jumper. That's in. Courtney Ogden, a freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, cans it. And it's Stanford 38, the Aztecs 17. Prohaska, high post. Pepe. Barcelo trying to hit Prohaska, but Hannah Jump is there defensively. Jump's got the ball now. She's out of San Jose, California. 2:18 to go in the first half. Ogden switches the ball over to Clardy. Demetra pops open. Her 3-pointer, no good. Another offensive rebound to Brink. Another basket for Brink, who was probably fouled, but they didn't call that one. Brink has 19 points now and 7 rebounds. The Aztecs have no answer for her, but they're not alone. Not many teams do have an answer. That's why Brink is an All-American. Alyssa Jackson. Pepe shoots another 3. That comes up short. Rebound to Ogden. Ogden in the front court to Hannah Jump. Straight away to Demetra inside. And Brink overran the where the ball was going. Clardy knocks it out of bounds. Stays with the Aztecs. Pisgana's back in for Jump. Stanford only has 12 players. They've played 10 of them here in this first half. Aztecs ball. Alyssa Jackson getting some great experience. A freshman out there from Fairfield, California, number 3 for the Aztecs. Once scored 50 in a high school game, Alyssa Jackson did. Here's Prohaska trying to work on the inside. Thought she was fouled. Rebound to Brink. Here comes Clardy racing into the front court. Brink wants to shoot another 3. Missed that one. Stanford is 4 of 19 on threes. If they were shooting a better percentage, this would be a bigger spread. Barcelo runs out of room. Outside to Fizo. Her 3 is in and out. Rebounded by Pisgana. Final minute of the first half. Clardy steps in. Straight away to Pisgana. Ogden looking inside. There's Brink. Turns. Baseline. Fall away. Easy. It's easy because there's nobody tall enough to contest the shot. 42-17. Brink has half of Stanford's points. 21 in the first half. Shot clock is off. Alyssa Jackson driving in against Demetra. Free throw line to Kylie Pepe. She can't find anything. Outside to Barcelo. 8 seconds to go in the half. And a foul is on Pisgana trying to fight through a screen. 4th team foul. So the Aztecs will have to inbound with 7.2 seconds to go in the first half. Seven seconds to get a shot away. Jada Lewis on a drive, scoops it up. No, but she got fouled, so she'll get to the free throw line. Jada Lewis hasn't scored yet today, missed all 5 of her three-point shots. She's a great free throw shooter. 13 of 16 this year. Lewis hits the free throw. Cameron Brink already with 21 points. Her season high is 29. That came in an overtime victory against Duke. Really the only challenge Stanford has had so far this season. Ball knocked loose from Clardy. First half ends with Stanford showing its superiority. The Aztecs showing a lot of fight, scratching and clawing to try and hang around. At the end of the first half, it's Stanford 42, San Diego State 19. We'll come back, check some of the first half statistics for you from San Diego on the Mountain West Network. Back in San Diego, we're at halftime where third-ranked Stanford is looking every bit like the third-ranked team in the nation. They lead San Diego State 42-19. All-American Cameron Brink putting on quite the show. 21 points on 8 of 11 shooting. She hit a three-pointer, made 4 of 4 free throws, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. Brink scoring half of Stanford's points in that first half. Her career high is 29, set earlier this year against Duke. So she's got a chance to surpass that today. Hannah jump scored 9 in that first half on 3 of 5, shooting from the three-point arc. But overall, Stanford was only 4 of 19 from deep. They shot 42% as a whole. San Diego State struggling offensively. Shot just 24% against this Stanford defense, which is so underrated. Everybody is blown away by their great skill and athleticism and talent, but they work hard on top of that. And they don't give you anything at the defensive end of the floor. The Aztecs rushing their shots and making only 24%. They hit just 1 of 10 from the three-point arc as well. And the rebounding advantage, gigantic in favor of Stanford, 32-14. A lot of time they say rebounding is about effort. In this case, rebounding is about size. Stanford just so much bigger than the Aztecs, so much taller, and they're coming up with all of the loose balls. Sarah Barcelo did tie a career high in that first half for the Aztecs with 7 rebounds. But not a whole lot the Aztecs can do. Abby Prohaska had 3 rebounds. That's it for the Aztecs, 4 team rebounds. So the entire first half, only 2 different Aztec players even had a rebound. That's weird. But maybe not so weird against Stanford. One thing the Aztecs did a very good job, only 4 turnovers. Stanford had only 6. The Cardinals scored the first 11 points of the game, led 18-8 at the end of the first quarter, and they lead 42-19 at halftime. We'll come back with the second half. Watch more of this great Stanford squad against the San Diego State Aztecs from San Diego on the Mountain West Network. Both teams back out on the court. Second half about set to get started. Chris Ello from Viejas Arena on the campus of San Diego State, where Stanford leads comfortably 42-19. Aztecs in the midst of a 5-game homestand will next host Cal State Los Angeles That'll be here on Monday night at 6 o'clock. Aztecs will then play 4 games away from home before they open conference play here on December 30th against Colorado State. Aztecs 4-3 coming into the game. Stanford a perfect 7-0. The Cardinals started the season ranked 15th in the nation this year, but they're all the way up to number 3 because A, they've been impressive, and B, everyone else has lost. Throughout women's college basketball, there's been a ton of upsets early in the season, and that honestly is just really, really good for the women's game. There are so many more better teams now in women's college basketball than there's ever been before. Number 1, South Carolina was pushed last night by North Carolina before winning. The number 2 team right now is UCLA, which is, as you know, in the same conference as Stanford. The Pac-12, USC and Colorado are also in the top 12. So the Pac-12 is loaded this year. And Stanford obviously is right in the middle of all of that. So here we go with the second half. Cardinal in black. Bring the ball in the front court. Brink gives it to Vizgana in low to Iriafen, and a good double team knocked it away by Abby Prohaska. Aztecs average over 10 steals per game. Their defense has created a lot of opportunities early this season. Quezada going to try against Brink, shuffle their feet. Quezada is a really, really good interior player. But against Brink, it's just really, really tough. Brink makes a lot of good interior players look ordinary with her presence and defensive ability. Hannah Jump gives the ball to Brink. She wants another three-pointer. No good. Rebound is off. Rolls out to Lopolo. Vizgana steps behind Lopolo. Her three is no good. Another offensive rebound for the Cardinal. And another opportunity. Minute gone by here in the third quarter. Hannah Jump. Lopolo whips it into Iriafen. And again, the Aztecs, their strategy is working, San Diego State. They're double teaming in the post. They're leaving Stanford's guards open to shoot three-pointers. The Aztecs are executing very well, yet they still trail by 23 points. That's how good Stanford is. Quezada gives the ball here to Barcelo, knocked away by the hustling Hannah Jump. Like I said earlier, everyone talks about all the statistics and the accolades of Stanford, but the reason they're good, beyond being so talented, is how they play at this end of the floor. Villalobos flips one up. Brink goes high up to the rim to get the rebound. You don't see a lot of women's basketball players able to do that. Lopolo drives in, gets her first basket of the day. Talana Lopolo out of Alameda, California. 44-19 for Stanford. Brink was dunking in the pregame warm-ups. I haven't seen any women's college basketball players, at least here in this arena, doing that. Quezada traveled again. She's doing everything she can to get open and free from Brink, but she's just frustrated right now. Quezada's going to come out of the game. Kylie Pepe will replace her. Alyssa Jackson checks in for Jada Lewis for San Diego State. Here comes Lopolo for Stanford. Illegal pick, Iriafen. She's been in foul trouble today. Kiki Iriafen picking up her third foul. Brooke Dimitri right in to replace her. Iriafen, the All-American candidate, has only 4 points so far in the game, hasn't played very much. Not that Stanford has missed her. Jackson guarded out on the floor by Brink, so they whip it into Villalobos, banks it in. That's great recognition by the Aztecs. Brink was out on the floor defending, so they are able to get it inside, and Villalobos gets a basket. Kim's got 8 points to lead San Diego State. Hannah jump straight away to Lopolo. On the wing to Bizgana. Again, they let Lopolo shoot. She doesn't take the shot. Dimitri drives in, turn around, fall away. Beautiful shot by Brooke Dimitri. 6'3" out of Foothill Ranch, California. A junior, Dimitri gets her first field goal. 46-21 for Stanford. Alyssa Jackson in the front court. High post to Kim Villalobos. She may try to go to work on Dimitri. She feels like she might be able to get her shot off against her. She does. It's no good. I mean, when you're not guarded by Brink, you've got to take advantage of the opportunity. Lopolo again passing on a wide open three. They're not guarding her out on the perimeter. Hannah jump. You better guard her on the perimeter or she'll do that. Hannah jump knocks in another jumper. Timeout, San Diego State. 6:09 for the third quarter. 48-21 for Stanford. The Stanford Cardinal have played 2 ranked teams this year. 9th ranked Indiana. They beat them by 32 points. They played 13th ranked Florida State. Beat them by only 12, but they scored 100 in that game. You look at them on offense, the numbers are rather eye-popping. The lowest they've even scored in any game this year is 74 points. That was in a victory over Belmont. But overall, Stanford puts up big numbers, 86.5 points per game. They're on about that pace in this game. Stanford will go up north to Gonzaga for a game on Sunday afternoon. Then they're back in Palo Alto on December the 15th to host Portland. The Aztecs open their season against Portland. Scrappy little team Portland has. Press all over the floor. They gave the Aztecs fits. Stanford will also play UC Davis, which is another team the Aztecs faced earlier this season. And then the Cardinal will kick off Pac-12 play on December 29th at Cal. Of course, next year Stanford's going to be in the ACC, which is just totally nonsensical. But that's what the powers of big-time college football wanted to do. So the women's basketball program at Stanford is going to have to spend all of next season in the Atlantic Coast region. See how long all of that lasts in the other sports besides college football. It really doesn't make sense at all. 5:53 to go in the second. Bizgana knocks it loose. Alyssa Jackson hustles to get it back. 7 to shoot for the Aztecs. Jackson with 5 drives in. Brink was waiting, and in trying to block that shot, left an opening for Kylie Pepe to put home the stick back. Kylie Pepe's got 5 off the Aztec bench. She's out of Long Beach, California. 48-23, jump with a quick release, got fouled. 3 free throws coming up for Hannah Jump, fouled by Prohaska. Hannah Jump has only had 2 free throw attempts this season. She doesn't drive in very often, and nobody wants to foul her shooting 3-point shots. She's a graduate student now, 11.4 points per game. She has made 306 career 3-pointers with the 3 she's made today. 6 more for Hannah Jump, and she'll hold the all-time Stanford record. And that's saying something because there's been some pretty good players through the years that have played at Stanford. Really, really good. And Hannah Jump may outshoot them all. She gets 2 of the 3 free throws here. She's got 11 in the game. Beg your pardon, she's got 13 in the game. 50-23. High post, Kylie Pepe. Gives the ball to Prohaska. Driving in against Brink. Outside to Megan Fizo. Fizo drives in against Dimitri. Splits 2 defenders and had to travel to do it. Most of the Aztec turnovers have been traveling violations today. And that's just players trying to get somewhere on the floor and get away from Cameron Brink. There's Brink on the inside. She missed the first shot. All that did was give her another rebound because she put it right back in. 23 points and 11 rebounds for Cameron Brink. She's already got a double-double. She averages a double-double. I mean, that's crazy. The Aztecs have a player with a double-double this year? 1, yeah. Brink does it every game. So does Iriafen, although she's not doing that today. Kiki Iriafen's been in foul trouble. Lepolo backs it out. Now drives and scores. Nice scoop with the left hand. Talana Lepolo, she's got 4. 54-23 for Stanford. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Megan Fizo trying to get the ball to Barcelo. Hannah Jump won't allow that handoff. Kylie Pepe drives in, shoots over Brink. No good. Rebounded Dimitri. Here comes Lepolo. Lasgana. Brink splits a double team, lays it in. 2 big and 2 skilled. Cameron Brink. She will be a star in the WNBA. She's only 5 points from setting a new career high here today. Brink's done a lot of things in college basketball. She's never scored 30 points in a game. She's got 25 in this one. Prohaska shoots over her. It's incredible how many shots Brink challenges out on the floor. It's not like she's just blocking shots in the paint. Dimitra for 3. That's good. Stanford wasn't making their shots in the first half. They're making them now. And they are pulling away. 59-23. Timeout taken by San Diego State. Cardinal have outscored the Aztecs 17-4 here in the third quarter. And what was a 23-point halftime lead is now 36 for the Stanford Cardinal. Back with more on the Mountain West Network. Sean Scarborough is our producer, director, engineer today. Crisello at Viejas Arena, where Stanford is looking like they always look. Really, really outstanding. What great talent they have. Brink goes to the bench with 25 points and 12 rebounds. See if the Aztecs can get any scoring on the inside with her out of the game. Aztecs have only 4 points in this quarter. The Aztecs also have only 1 rebound this quarter. Quezada, with Brink out, drives right in for an easy layup. I know Stanford leads by 34 points, but I can't imagine Tara Vanderveer was exactly thrilled. That was the first time all day that the Stanford defense just parted like the Red Sea. And an easy layup for Quezada. 6 points for Adriana. Lepolo out on the floor. Gives the ball over to Ogden. Ogden holds it up. Freshman goes to another freshman. Gara, her jump shot's no good. Tie up on the rebound. And it'll go to San Diego State. The Aztecs, as I mentioned, the only rebound they have this entire quarter was Kylie Pepe on the offensive glass. And that's not because of effort. That's just because of height. Barcelo in the front court. Gives the ball to Alyssa Jackson, now to Villalobos. Foul away from the play. Called against Courtney Ogden. Ogden was the 10th overall recruit out of high school from Atlanta. Nunu Agara was the number 37 national recruit out of Minnetonka, Minnesota. Chloe Clardy was the 39th national recruit out of Conway, Arkansas. All three in the new to the freshman class for Stanford. Villalobos, nice move on the inside. Kim can score in there, as I said earlier, just not against Brink. But Brink out of the game. Villalobos now has 10 points. Ogden pull-up jump shot, no good. Can the Aztecs get a rebound? Finally they can. Prohaska's long pass tipped away from Quezada. 1:24 left. Third quarter. Prohaska brings it into Jada Lewis. Back inside, Villalobos against Agara. Fall away. Oh, that went halfway down and rimmed out. Lopolo back the other way for Stanford. Vazgana scored the first 4 points of this game. Hasn't scored since. Again, they won't guard Lopolo on the perimeter. Baseline, Iriafen. Lopolo's got to take that shot eventually. Although she can just do that, which is make a nice bounce pass into Agara, and then she fed across to Iriafen. Well done by Stanford. 61-27. Iriafen's got 6 points and limited play time today, only 10 minutes because of foul trouble. 61-27, Jada Lewis. That one rims out. Jada 0 for 6 today from the floor. She had a lot of confidence with her jump shot earlier this season, but she hasn't had confidence in it lately. Shot clock and game clock are almost identical as Lopolo runs it down here at the end of the third quarter. Iriafen, beautiful pass inside. Vazgana, unfortunately for Stanford, missed it as a set play, run to perfection. Vazgana, though, missed it. Ball tipped out of bounds with 2.9 seconds left in the quarter. Comes into Agara, step back, jumper, good in the third quarter. Nunu Agara closes out the third quarter with her first basket of the game. After 3, it's Stanford 63, San Diego State 27. The game seems much more competitive than that score would suggest. But Stanford, too good, too athletic, too quick, too strong for San Diego State. The fourth quarter coming up on the Mountain West Network. Crisello back in San Diego, getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Third-ranked Stanford looking every bit of that ranking here today. They lead San Diego State 63-27. It's going to be a very interesting women's college basketball season. Stanford is going to be right there in the mix for a 4th national championship. Cameron Brink, who won one as a freshman, certainly would like to win another as a senior. South Carolina's atop the polls, but that's a very young South Carolina team this year for Dawn Staley. UCLA, USC in the Pac-12. They're going to make Stanford work. Iriafen, again, missing on the inside. It's been a tough day for Kiki Iriafen. The foul difficulty more than anything. She's only played 11 minutes. She's got 6 points and still 8 rebounds. The Aztecs will bring it back here. They're shooting just 26%. The Aztecs are 1 of 10 from the arc. And the Aztecs are minus 27 in rebounding. Villalobos has her shot rejected by Agara. Quezada's jumper no good. Rebound off. Erie often hit that last, out of bounds to the Aztecs. So Abby Prohaska out of Liberty Township, Ohio, will inbound for San Diego State. To Jada Lewis. Lewis is North County lady, and she lays it in with the offhand. Nice move with the left hand by Jada Lewis. Her first field goal, she's got 4 points. 63-29. Ogden wants a three-pointer. No good. Rebound Villalobos. Kim's second rebound of the game. She averages about 6 per. Lewis leaning over the dribble, drives in. Nice pass underneath. Quezada's there, reverses it up and in. Quezada doesn't have the size to compete at the kind of level she would like to against this huge Stanford front line, but she's still showing off some of those interior moves that make her so effective. She's got 8 points. Here's a three put up and in by Janiyah Harriel. Her 9th three of the year. Shoots it at over 40%. First bucket of the day for Harriel. Jada Lewis open for the jumper. Again, that's a shot she normally makes and should make. But confidence is not there right now for Jada Lewis. Ogden's confident to let it fly. Ariel comes up with a rebound. Nice bounce pass behind the back to Erie Offen. Erie Offen goes up over everybody, gets another rebound. Clardy feeds it down low, off Ogden. Nope, off the Aztecs, out of bounds. So Stanford will inbound it with 7:33 to play. Next up for the Aztecs Monday night against Cal State Los Angeles here at 6 o'clock. Next up for Stanford Sunday at Gonzaga. Harriel gives the ball to Ogden. Now they switch to Clardy. Harriel just hit a three from there, hits another. Janiyah Harriel, Stanford 7 out of 26 on threes today. They haven't been great from out there, but plenty good enough. The Aztecs are 1 for 10, haven't even tried a three in the second half. All knocked away and out of bounds by Courtney Ogden. Well, Stanford beat the Aztecs by 38 last year. They lead them by 38 right now with 7 minutes to go. Jada Lewis gives the ball back to Alyssa Jackson. Now to Lewis, fires for three. Rebound. Agara. Harriel looking for three in a row. Yep, she's got it. Janiyah Harriel off the Stanford bench, drilling 3 consecutive threes. Timeout. 6:38 for the game. It's all Stanford on the Mountain West Network. Back in San Diego, this is Steve Fisher Court, named for the great Aztec men's basketball coach. Aztec men are playing crosstown tonight in La Jolla against UCSD. Aztec men somehow are still not ranked in the AP Top 25 despite their 6-1 record and coming off an appearance in the national championship game. The lack of respect is maddening for Aztec basketball fans. I know one thing, Aztec women's basketball team, a lot of respect for this Stanford squad. They are really as good as advertised. I would not be surprised if this is a 4th national championship team for Tara Vanderveer when it's all said and done. Villalobos shooting over Agara. No good. Rebound to Agara. Villalobos had a nice game today against this huge Stanford front line. Ogden shooting for 3. Rebound to Villalobos, her 3rd. Jada Lewis brings it back with 6 minutes to play. Alyssa Jackson on the weave with Prohaska. Now Jada Lewis shoots another three. She just cannot get that to go in right now. 0 for 7 from the arc for Jada Lewis today. Clardy, beautiful move with the left hand. With that, Chloe Clardy becomes the 10th Cardinal out of 10 who have played to score today. Beautiful left-handed shot by the freshman from Conway, Arkansas. 5:30 to go in the game. Villalobos giving the ball to Alyssa Jackson. Inside Villalobos. Feeds down low to Quezada. Fall away on the baseline. That's a tough shot for a lot of people, but Quezada does that routinely. Great balance to get that kind of a shot away. 8 points for Quezada, 10 for Villalobos. We told you at the beginning, those two are really the bulk of the Aztecs' offense. The Aztecs' need is more of an outside threat. Clardy's jump shot won't go. Rebound, foul. Going to be on Villalobos, I believe. Yep, it's Kim's fourth. Some substitutions coming in now. Dimitri and Bazgana back for Stanford. Barcelo, Fizo, and Pepe for San Diego State. In front of a crowd of 3,708. That is a large number for San Diego State women's basketball. A lot of people coming out. They wanted to see Stanford. They're getting a good look at them. 4:40 to play. Agara, left-handed jumper, is pure. Nunu Agara. She averages 7.5 off the bench. She's got 4 today. Stanford continuing to pull away here with 4:24 to go in the game. Kylie Pepe looking inside for Quezada. Quezada spinning, turning, falling away. Rebound, Dimitri. Clardy gives the ball to Harriel. Clardy takes a look, now goes on the other side to Dimitri. Outside Agara for 3. Yeah, they can shoot it. They didn't in the first half. That's what kept the game relatively close. Stanford was 2 of its first 15 from the arc today. Now they're 7 of their last 13. Jada Lewis finding an opening. Gets fouled on the drive by Dimitri. It's only the first foul of the fourth quarter on Stanford. They don't foul a lot. They play great defense. And coming into the game, Stavi Papadaki for Stanford. Also, Lauren Green, both making their first appearances here today. Both are sophomores. Quezada leans in to get some contact, and she'll go to the free throw line. Adriana Quezada is out of Frisco, Texas. Transferred here from Utah State. Did not play at all last year. Leads the Aztecs at 14.3 points per game. She has a very creative post game. Unfortunately for her today, Cameron Brink and Iriafen have made it difficult to really capitalize on all of that creativity. She does hit 2 free throws here and gets into double figures with 10. Quezada's now been in double figures in 7 of her 8 games this year. Pass inside broken up by Quezada. Picked up by Megan Fizo. Barcelo on the sideline hits a 3. Sarah Barcelo for 3. Her first basket today, only her second field goal attempt. Barcelo averages 9 per game. Wow. She's done a nice job starting this year after coming off the bench all the last season, Barcelo has. She had tied a career high in this game with 7 rebounds. 2:45 left. Agara, driving, hanging, banking, scoring. Nunu Agara, just a freshman. And you're sitting courtside looking at how athletic she is and just how big and strong Agara is. Just bigger and stronger than the Aztec athletes. Nice move by Jada Lewis to get another bucket at the other end. Out of the corner, Papadaki, straight away to Harriel. Now Lauren Green. Harriel's already hit 3 threes. Not that one. Megan Fizo able to pry that one loose with just under 2 minutes to play. Quezada against Agara, shoots over Agara and scores it. Quezada's got 12, 5 of 11 shooting to lead San Diego State. 81-42. Cameron Brink will have to settle for 25 points today and 12 rebounds. She will not set a new career high in scoring. She would have if she played the fourth quarter. Brink was so dominant in this game today. Here's Agara posting up, stepping in and missing. And getting it right back. I told you, Agara's big. She's 6'2" and has size. 83-42. It's a different breed of athlete that Stanford has. Final minute now. Good drive by Megan Fizo, couldn't finish. Harriel is back for Stanford, bounced the ball baseline, banked up, banked in. Chloe Clardy scores it. 85-42. Stanford's going to beat the Aztecs by a pretty similar score to what they beat them by last year, up in Palo Alto. Jada Lewis gets around a screen and it gets the layup. Nice move by Jada. She's got 8. 85-44. It's almost the exact same score as a year ago. Final 10 seconds. No need for Stanford to shoot it. And the Cardinal will win it in front of 3,708 fans. 85-44. We'll take a break, come back, recap from San Diego in just a moment. Stanford Cardinal, really, really good, but we knew that. All they did was prove it here this afternoon on the Mountain West Network.